Hello guys and welcome back. We are looking at word problems again. We went through the first 5 and now we're going to go through those last 3 together. These are going to look a little bit different, but we're going to set them up the same. We're going to define our variable, set up to solve, and then explain our solution. So let's read number 6 together. Garrett has $1 less than 3 times as much money as Liz has. Together, they have $179. How much money does Garrett have? Well, in order to find out how much Garrett has, I need to know how much Liz has. So let X represent the money that Liz has. So that's going to be Liz's money. And then for Garrett, we're going to have to translate that one. And this is Garrett's cash. So Garrett has $1 less than. $1 less than. So I know whatever this is, it's going to be minus 1. 3 times tells me to multiply as much money as Liz. And since Liz is the X, and 3 times X will give me Garrett. So $1 less than 3 times how much Liz has. Together, that tells me I need to add them. So I have X plus 3X minus 1 equals 179. All right, so let's get started. We are going to combine our like terms. And I know that this is a 1X, so when I put those together, I get 4X minus 1 equals 179. Beautiful, let's get rid of that constant term, the number without the variable. So I'm gonna add 1. This goes away, 4X equals 180. All right, we know we have to divide next to get that X by itself. So I'm gonna divide by 4. 180 divided by 4 gives me 45. That's how much money Liz had. Let's plug that in over here to see how much money Garrett has. Garrett has a lot more than that. 3 times 45 minus 1. If I multiply here, I'm going to get 135, then minus 1 gives me 134. So let's write a conclusion sentence that tells us exactly what those numbers mean and represent. So Liz has $45, comma, and Garrett has $134. Not too bad. Oh, here's a football one. Personally, I know nothing about football. Nothing at all. But I know everybody likes it. The Buffalo Bills scored 24 more than twice the number of points that the Miami Dolphins scored. Wow. I don't know much about football, but if that's true, that's not very good for the Dolphins, is it? Let's let X represent the Dolphins score. And then for the Bills, the Buffalo Bills, and I'm gonna put Buffalo Bills so we know we're talking about the football team. Let's translate. So the Buffalo Bills scored 24 more than twice the number of points. So we know, since it's more than, we're going to be adding 24, but we're going to be adding 24 to twice the number. And twice the number would be represented by 2X and then plus that 24. All together, that tells me to add them both together, the team scored 66 points. So we have the Dolphins score, which is X, the Buffalo Bills score, which is 2X and 24, and all together, that gives us 66 points. Well, let's combine our like terms and see what we get. This is my 1X, so I'm going to put these two together because they're on the same side of the equal sign. So I'll get 3X plus 24 equals 66. Got to get rid of this constant term, so I need to subtract 24 on both sides. So I have 66 minus 24 That gives me 42. Bring everything else down at 3x. When I divide on both sides by 3, x equals 14. Again, that gives me half of my information because they need to know how many points each scored. Each team scored individually. So I know the Dolphins scored 14, and I can see that the Bills are going to be scoring a lot more than that. So I'm going to substitute in 14 for my x here. I'm going to multiply by 2 first because of PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. Right here I'm going to get 28 plus 24, and that gives me 52. So, sorry Dolphins fans. Honestly, my father, he is Dolphins fan. I won't tell him about this problem. The Dolphins scored 14 points. And the Bills, you keep that capitalized, then we know it's a proper noun. Bills scored 52 points. Not too bad. We've got one more to do. I'm going to scroll up and then erase. You read it to yourself first, and then we'll work through it together. All right, let's try this again. There are 10 less red Skittles than orange Skittles in the bag. The orange Skittles are also twice the number of the red Skittles. Find the number of red and orange Skittles in the bag. Well, let's represent our first variable, x. That's going to be our orange Skittles. And for red, we're going to have to translate that one. So there are 10 less red Skittles than orange. So if we had orange and we subtract 10, that's going to be our red Skittles. Now, this second statement is a little confusing. So the orange Skittles, that's our x, are also, so our orange Skittles are twice the number of red Skittles. Well, there's my red. So if I want to make it twice that amount, I'm going to have to distribute that 2 to both of those terms. So let's solve. We'll distribute, get 2x minus 20. I'm going to bring down my equal sign, bring down my x. Next, I need to subtract 2x on both sides, leaving me negative 1x equals negative 20, and good. I'm going to divide by a negative 1 because I know I can't have negative Skittles. X equals 20. That only gives me one of my numbers though. I need to take that number and plug it right back in. So I'm going to put 20 in here for my orange Skittles and subtract 10, which would simplify to 10. Now for my conclusion statement, you would have 20 orange Skittles and 10 red ones. And then you would eat them, and then you'd have none. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you soon.